Okay, so the last sort of basic thing that we're going to take a look at is how to personalize this. So we're going to click on Open More Actions. We're going to go down to, what is it, Manage Site, and then down to, Sharing and Permissions. If your kids are creating e-portfolios, you want to be aware of sharing and permissions. Make sure that your kids are not posting FERPA related stuff unless they've gone to this setting, which is you click. So we're going sharing and permissions. Click on change, and then you can share with specific people, anyone with a link, or public on the web. I would super highly suggest that your kids click on this option, sharing with specific people, and make sure that really the only person involved in the sharing is with you, so you can see what they're doing, what they're updating, and all that stuff. You don't want people on the interwebs creeping through your students' GPAs and phone numbers and all that stuff. Do y'all remember the newspaper article, or it was something like, when you upload a picture to YouTube off of your iPhone, embedded in there are geo coordinates where they can figure out where you took the picture? Yes. Okay, so there's so much just unknown stuff out there that we're not even aware of what gets transferred, that I would highly just suggest that they click on this and keep it as private as possible. Now on the other side, well, Charles Cooper, why don't we just not do it? Then we have to go back to that. We're moving in a direction where the kids have got to be exposed to this before they get to college. In the college class I teach, I use Turnitin, I use Twitter, I use like all of this stuff with my college freshmen, because they live in that world. I need to live in that world. We just need to be aware. It's the same thing as, well, if so many people die in car wrecks every year, why don't we just get rid of cars? The upside is just too big, right? And so with the technology aspect, the upside is just too big for your students. You just got to be careful.
So when you were talking about, use that e-portfolio when they apply, to colleges and all that stuff, what is their setting here then? Is it anyone with the link, or they?
Yeah, perfect. So the question was, when they're sharing the e-portfolio with colleges, I would click on anyone with the link, can view. On some of these options, like public on the web, you can do to can view, or once you share it with somebody, you can determine whether they can view it, they can edit it, all that stuff. I would just say anyone with the link can view, and just keep it right at that. Now, okay, so let me go back and kind of change something. With your elementary and middle school kids, definitely lockdown. With your high school kids, as they get closer to that graduating age and you want them to be responsible, I guess they can put it on the web, but I would still just leave it on this setting where they can share the link with the universities and things like that.
What's the sign-in required? Anyone, no sign-in required?
Okay, so that's if you share your e-portfolio with somebody and they don't have a Google account, do they need to sign into their Google account to see the e-portfolio, or can they just click on the link and it pops up?
Okay.
And so it's just another added measure.
So obviously you would want it to just be anyone with the link. Based on my original question, if they were applying to school, and just leave it as can view and.
I would.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to click on themes, colors, and fonts, and this is where you can personalize it and really trick it up. Here are the themes, or not the themes, the themes, the color coordinated themes. There's slate. Whereas, let me show you the sparkle one, the one that you do not want to show girls. Did anybody find it? There it is, glitter. Glitter. I could just hear the 12-year-olds. Oh my God! Oh my God! I'm breaking stuff. Yeah, sparkle. So in the upper left-hand corner, oops, let's go back. So we're going to go down to Manage Site, Themes, Colors, and Fonts. And then in the upper left-hand corner, you can change Rounders, Open Sky. Now, let's say that you don't want to mess with that. You don't like some of the color combinations and all that stuff. Here, if you click on Entire Page and you change the background, it's pretty self-explanatory. You can change the background to black. The text, right, you can change that. You can add an image. So let's do, oh, there's a good one. So now I've got the image in the background, and this is where the kids, I'm telling you, if you want them to be emotionally invested in your ePortfolio, this is where it happens. When they start seeing those OU colors or Transformer the movie or whatever, that's where they get involved, and that's where they feel like a part of them is being reflected in that ePortfolio. And by the way, going back, and I meant to say this, but I didn't, going back to the ePortfolio with the football player on the first page, you want this to be more than an academic vehicle. You want it to be a reflection of the full person. The kids that walk into our classes are not students, they're human beings. And so as much as possible, you want that whole person to shine through the ePortfolio. It's going to get you more buy-in. The kids are going to be more involved. And I think that, honestly, you'll get higher quality. So there's our Dia de los Muertos background. So I'm going to save that. I'm going to save that. There we go. Site header. So I'm going to change the background there and just make it all black. So what the site header does is it changes this component and not the background, the back part of the page. So now, again, the kids are not going to match. They're going to clash. Let them clash. They're going to have OU in the background and the University of Texas on their header. Just let it go. All right. So we'll scroll back up to the top. Content area. You can start messing around with the color in the background. Oh, come on in. We're transparent. And so the rest of this stuff is exactly the same way. If you want to change the title, the text, whatever it is, it's completely customizable. Sidebar gadgets, horizontal navigation. And so let's spend a couple minutes personalizing at least one page, uploading some images. And I'm sorry I keep sniffing, but I'm fighting allergies. This is God's way of telling me that